You see a lot of athletes announce retirement and then don't retire because they have so much love. Have you have you had any times maybe I was tripping a bit?
Yeah, I do be having them thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's also too, I want to get myself together.
10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power.
I made the decision to train in DC because, I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute. So I feel as though this will help me. DC my second home. I've been coming up here since I was 9 years old, even younger. So I'm not really trying to get in his personal business. Probably just showing him that, I could do anything, especially in your backyard. Pride. Some people be made for it, some people don't. It's not going to win. You better be ready.
Whatever his future holds, fight fans will be watching. And this next one, it's got all the ingredients for something special.
If you like, please subscribe BOXI News. Click the bell icon for more latest videos.
I'm not going to comment on it.
You got to pick one.
I'm not going to. I don't have to pick one.
He doesn't, Ryan, doesn't he got to pick one?
I said the same thing. I'm not commenting on it.
Okay, why? Do you think it's a circus or do you respect it as a good fight?
To Tank's credit, I'm interested in the Tank Jake Paul exhibition because I know for a fact that if they do it for real, Tank is capable, although he's small, he's capable of knocking Jake Paul out, just like Jake Paul probably capable of knocking him out because he's so much bigger.
So you believe that?
I believe
no
that.
Doubt about it.
Without a question, if they fight for real. If they don't, if they say, no, well, we're going to take care of Jake, just want him to go through and learn more, then he might not knock him out. You understand me? But if they do it for real, Tank is highly capable of taking Jake Paul out.
Sean Porter didn't hold back, calling Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis nonsense from a boxing perspective. He pointed out the glaring reality. Jake Paul is a naturally bigger man, walking around at heavyweight size, while Tank Davis is a lightweight who dominates with skill, speed, and knockout power against fighters his own size. For Porter, this isn't about legacy or history. It's about money. He warned that fights like this show boxing drifting towards social media hype and paydays, instead of meaningful matchups that define careers.
In a lot of ways, it doesn't make sense to me. Of course, we know the size differential and the kind of list goes on from there. I don't know, man. I think we're entering a generation now or a phase now where fighters, I don't know. I don't know if it's fighters. I don't know if he doesn't care about the legacy or if he feels like this fight doesn't matter. I'll get back to the legacy. I just don't know. This is truly not, it's not a legacy fight, but of course it is a generational money fight, so.
Roy Jones Jr. also dismissed the fight, saying exhibitions should still feel authentic and competitive. For him, a good exhibition is balance, something that makes fans wonder who will win. But with Jake Paul towering over Gervonta Davis, Jones sees no competitiveness, only a flashy but hollow spectacle.
To Tank's credit, I'm interested in the Tank Jake Paul exhibition because I know for a fact that if they do it for real, Tank is capable, although he's small, he's capable of knocking Jake Paul out, just like Jake Paul probably capable of knocking him out because he's so much bigger.
So you believe that?
I believe
no
that.
Doubt about it.
Without a question, if they fight for real. If they don't, if they say, no, well, we're going to take care of Jake, just want him to go through and learn more, then he might not knock him out. You understand me? But if they do it for real, Tank is highly capable of taking.
Max Kellerman was equally unimpressed. He compared the fight to a circus designed for headlines rather than a true test of skills. He acknowledged Davis as one of the best lightweights in the world and admitted Paul is a marketing genius, but argued the matchup itself lacks legitimacy. People feel forced to watch, Kellerman said, even when they claim they don't want to.
You gotta pick
I'm
one.
not gonna. I don't have to pick one.
He doesn't. Ryan, doesn't he gotta pick
I
one?
said
though?
the same thing. I'm not commenting on it.
Okay, why? Do you think it's a circus, or do you respect it as a good fight?
Jake Paul is very good at creating events that whatever you want. Well, the reason you get mad is because you're being manipulated.
Oh,
Because you know when the time comes, you're gonna have to watch it.
right.
He's like a genius at that. He makes events that you have to watch,
Right.
even if you don't want.
Promoter Eddie Hearn said his focus had been on Shocker Stevenson's career, but admitted that the announcement of Paul versus Davis has shifted everything. He explained that until the fight is over, plans for Tank versus Shocker are on hold. For Hearn, the fact that this crossover fight delays legitimate matchups shows just how much influence Jake Paul now has in boxing.
With something for Shakur Stevenson. If I don't, that may be the end. It's got to work for me as well as Shakur. Maybe I haven't got anything for him. Maybe he hasn't got anything for me. But right now, I know what we agreed with His Excellency, and that's what we'll do for now. And then see where we go.
I know you said you wanted to make that Tank fight, so hopefully we can see that in the future, Eddie.
Fighting Jake Paul, isn't he? So he's got. I don't know whether he'll fight. What's the rematch?
Lamont Roach.
I don't know if he'll still fight Lamont Roach. I know he's fighting Jake Paul in November, and then maybe
Terrence Crawford dismissed the fight outright, saying the size difference makes it a mismatch. He explained that one clean shot from Jake Paul could be too much for Tank to handle. Crawford also noted that Paul's reach and height would make it difficult for Davis to even get inside. The outcome is obvious, Crawford said. That's why the matchup isn't appealing.
Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't going to be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on.
KS, I was blunt. I don't care about Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, and I don't think anyone else does either. For him, it's meaningless hype, more buzz than boxing. His comments reflect fans who are tired of crossover fights and want real, competitive matchups instead of celebrity-driven spectacles.
To Gervonta Davis.
Oh, I don't care. I don't think anyone cares, man. No one cares. No one cares.
Bridge with my brother, unfixable.
I don't hate your brother. You guys need to fight guys your the same size. When you fought Floyd, you are massive. He did hit you with a bomb, and you ate it. He's gonna fight Gervonta Davis. Who do you got? Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than Floyd, but he's too small. Your brother's gonna be able to get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up.
I hear your critique on fighting guys the same size as you. Is that why you guys wouldn't let me fight Conor?
Yeah, you're fucking huge. Conor weighs 145 pounds, 155 pounds.
Yeah, but he says he could.
UFC President Dana White also chimed in, telling Logan Paul that his brother Jake should fight men his own size. He reminded him that Jake was already far bigger than Floyd Mayweather when they fought, and added that he would never book Jake Paul against Conor McGregor for the same reason. It's too extreme, White said. The size gap makes it unfair. Jeff Mayweather agreed, stressing that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis makes little sense as a boxing contest.
Weird, because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being a exhibition, makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting. But I mean, really makes no sense because he gonna be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's gonna probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't.
Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul is a disruptor, and he's done a phenomenal job at that. You get big and famous enough to where they will just hand you the title shot and completely throw out the ranking system.
If Jake Paul was to do that, I think that'd be the greatest sports accomplishment in history. Going from a Disney Channel kid to a YouTuber to be.
Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs.
Jake walks around at 200 pounds or more, he said. Tank is 147, maybe 150. That's just a big a difference. However, Jeff admitted that as an exhibition, it makes sense not because it's competitive, but because both names are strong enough to draw massive attention. Like, subscribe BOXI News channel for more latest boxing news updates and comment below, ring the bell.